Welcome, my name is Bridget Corns. Thank you for exploring yet another avenue on the path of the seeker with me. Today we will be covering a subject that surprised me when I was taking psychology classes. The realm of the sciences of psychology and sociology state that the self-fulfilling prophecy exists. The importance of this concept is that it is identical to the concept of the law of attraction. The 20th century sociologist Robert K. Merton, in a 1948 article, coined the term self-fulfilling prophecy. He explained that a person's behavior is influenced by their beliefs. People, he explained, will behave in a way that confirms their belief. There have been a lot of studies in several fields on this subject, all of them confirming that what people expect to happen will happen. If you look up the definition of self-fulfilling prophecy, you will find this: a prediction that directly or indirectly causes itself to become true due to the positive feedback between belief and behavior. Alright, so let's put that into simple English. You believe something which creates an expectation that something specific will happen, and when it happens as expected, a feedback loop is created. If you expect to find a parking space right at the front of the store because you expect the universe to provide one, when you find that parking space, the belief will be reinforced. In fact, the self-fulfilling prophecy not only affects our behavior, but also affects the behavior of the people with whom we interact. One of the most prominent aspects of how the self-fulfilling prophecy works is called the Rosenthal Effect. Robert Rosenthal and Lenore Jacobson discovered during a study that students performed better when the teacher had high expectations for them. They called this the Rosenthal Effect. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the Golem Effect, where a teacher's low expectations produce low-performing students. The effect states that our beliefs about ourselves impact others' beliefs about us, which affects how those people interact with us, which reinforces our beliefs about ourselves. I've seen this in action many times. Let's say I enter a donut shop. I go up to the person behind the counter and tell them, "The last time I was here, the way you put the donuts into the box, they touched too much, and chocolate frosting ended up on the sugar donut." Then I watch really closely as the worker puts the donuts in the box. This makes the worker extremely nervous. As a result, they hastily put two donuts together, transferring chocolate onto a sugar donut. "I told you, see, you just did what I was talking about. This always happens to me." That's a negative self-fulfilling prophecy. Since I expected to have a bad experience, I created one. By making the worker nervous, I ensured they would make a mistake. If I hadn't watched so closely, they probably wouldn't have made the mistake. Let me point out that if you say something like, "This always happens to me," you just identified a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yes, you and only you are responsible for whatever it is that is always happening to you. All of us are guilty of this at some point in time in our lives. Since I expected to have a bad experience, I created one subconsciously. By making the worker nervous, I ensured they would make a mistake. If I hadn't watched so closely, they probably wouldn't have been nervous and made the mistake. Knowing that this is a direct effect that I created, I can then change my behavior and have a different experience. And so can you. Our brains work very hard to make sure what we expect to happen does happen. Edgar Cayce said that the mind is the builder. Whatever idea we hold in our mind is what we build in our reality through our behavior. What's really exciting is that this is the same exact concept that people in the New Age and metaphysical world call the law of attraction. The law of attraction is defined as, by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, a person will have positive or negative experiences. Yeah, put in the terms that it's presented by science with the self-fulfilling prophecy, it doesn't seem as woo-woo and cool, but it's the same exact concept, expressed in slightly different ways. There is no discernible difference between the law of attraction and the self-fulfilling prophecy. The only real difference is that science, psychology, and sociology teach that self-fulfilling prophecy is a fact. They have performed repeatable scientific experiments and studies that confirm this is a real phenomenon. I was aware of the law of attraction prior to my psychology classes, and when I realized that the self-fulfilling prophecy was talking about the same thing as The Secret, I was blown away. This gave me a practical way to actually apply this concept in my life and understand the phenomenon instead of making it sound like something that was beyond my control. Instead of seeing that manifestation of that parking space as something provided by Providence, I realized it was something that I was doing myself, and that changed everything in my paradigm. I hope that it does the same for yours. Have a wonderful day, and if you like this video, please subscribe below and share it with your friends.
Carry on like your